scoreboard says 3rd and 1, but it is
trying to get to the outside, picking up some much-needed yards and first down.
good support here. Jumbo set here. Down up the middle, touchdown, Connor down, 7.
Losing both of them, those aren't great memories, and so listen, this opportunity is about this opportunity, and that's what I tell them all the time. This isn't about where I played in college. This isn't about the previous 2 games we had against Ohio State. This is about this opportunity right in front of us, and we got to stay focused on putting ourselves in a position to have success on Monday.
I think we saw Marcus Freeman smile a little bit more today, enjoy the moment a little bit more than perhaps he has the last few weeks. But at the end of the day, his message is still the same about getting his guys ready to peak come Monday night. Now, there are several guys on the Fighting Irish football team who have famous fathers in the football world. You caught up with one of them today, Bennett.
That's Jordan Clark, the graduate senior cornerback who transferred in from Arizona State. He is the son of Ryan Clark, a Super Bowl champion with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I asked him several questions, including how this sort of change in college football led him here to Notre Dame, what it would mean to win a national championship, and ultimately what has been so great here about his time here at Notre Dame.
They're really complete. They're very well rounded. You got a star in the young guy, the freshman, a seasoned vet, in the slot, and then a guy in Carnell Tate who I don't feel like gets talked about enough. I think he's a very good player. But ultimately, you wouldn't want it any other way. You know what I'm saying? It's a national championship. You want to play the best players in the country, and I think that those guys are that.
What has really been the key for this DB room to have the success that it's had here against Georgia and Penn State, and as you look to build that towards Ohio State?
Just competitiveness. You know what I'm saying? We see challenges as opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, everybody is talking about how good their receiving core is, and they are. They're special, but it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for us to go out there and compete with some of the best in country and show that we belong and show why we're here.
What does team glory mean to you? I know Coach Freeman and everybody preaches it all the time. What have you learned about team glory in your 1 year?
Team glory is I feel the greatest feeling that you can achieve in sports. You know what I'm saying? It's awesome to have good individual performances. That's cool or whatever, but being in that locker room with your teammates after the game, celebrating a win, regardless of how the game went for you, regardless of what your role was, big or small, it's priceless. You know what I'm saying? And I pray to God every day that we'll get to.
He hopes that they could win a national championship, the ultimate one and done for a transfer, but ultimately team glory we heard that thought process from Marcus Freeman and really everybody throughout the entire year. Put the individual stuff aside, come together as a team, and build as one unit, and that's what they've done to get here to the national championship.
Certainly gotten them this far. We'll see if we can buy them one more win on Monday. We need to take another break, but when we come back, we have lots more ahead of you on this for you on this national championship special. We're going to take a closer look at the matchup between the Irish and the Buckeyes. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Get Michiana weather updates delivered right to your email inbox. Click on this video or go to WSBT.com/newsletter to sign up for your WSBT 22 Storm Alert updates. Be weather ready on all your devices. Register now at WSBT.
Weeknights just got a whole lot funnier with Whose Line Is It Anyway? The show where everything's made up and only the laughs matter. Followed by Saturday Night Live. On TBD, it doesn't have to be Saturday or live to see this show. Isn't that special? Two comedy powerhouses, back to back. But you don't have to thank us. On TBD, laughter is always on the schedule. Whose Line Is It Anyway? And Saturday Night Live. Weeknights, only on TBD.
These truckers take on the unthinkable.
It's a little bit unnerving.
Driving a 2-ton big rig on a road of pure ice.
It's a lot more fun.
Ice Road Truckers. Weeknights on The Nest.
The word on the street is
Murder.
And every case has got something to say.
He said, she said.
You're trying to get me to admit something?
Killing him.
You're under arrest for murder.
Law & Order Criminal Intent. Weeknights on Charge.
This has the possibility to be the most viewed college football game ever. If you don't perform to that standard, you will hear about it.
The Ohio State fan base, they expect you to beat your rival and win a national championship. You're damn right they do.
The legendary NFL running back
Pete Byrne and Bennett Wise. This is the WSBT-22 Sports National Championship Special.
Welcome back, everyone. We are live in Atlanta, and I'm happy to be joined now by our reporting partner from Inside Indy Sports, Eric Hansen, the co-publisher. Eric, we've been talking about what a full circle moment this week is for Marcus Freeman. It's been a full circle moment for us as well, you being an Ohio State alum and I myself being a Notre Dame alum, and here we are getting along.
Yes.
As we always do, but it's also a full circle moment for the Notre Dame football team, particularly on the offensive line. Notre Dame got some pretty good news this week, which is to say that Charles Jagasa, who has missed the entire regular season, he's going to play in this championship game, we think.
We think not only is he going to play, he's going to play a different position than he played in the Orange Bowl, and he would be the starting left tackle, which is where he was penciled in, actually penned in to be the starting left tackle.
Probably sharpied in, right?
Right, on July 31st when training camp started, and then a few days later, tears a pectoral muscle. Feel like, okay, that's the last you're going to see of him until the 2025 season. He starts practicing in December, and here he is in this big moment with 2 games where he's played in his career where he's had high leverage snaps.
And it's hard to put into words, but I'm going to ask you to try just how critical it is for the Irish to lose a starting offensive lineman in the national semifinals and to be able to pull a guy with some quality experience to replace him.
It's amazing, and it's not just doing it against any team, it's doing it against the definitive defensive line in college football. Number 1 in total defense, number 3 in rush defense, number 3 in sacks, and they're on a roll. And Charles Jagasa, welcome back to college football.
What a welcome back it will be. There's no doubt the Irish are going to need to lean heavily on that running game if they're going to compete and ultimately defeat the Buckeyes come Monday night. But that run game has been so good all season long, and I did hear from Jeremiah Love today. He said, "You couldn't keep me out of this football game." It's a big moment for all these players. It's also a big moment for Notre Dame in general, Eric. It has been 36 years since the last national championship, which to some programs would sound great, but for one of the winningest programs of all time, that's a very long time. Marcus Freeman in his third year has a chance to do what the likes of Holtz and Parsegian and Devine and Leahy have done, win that title in the all-important third year. What would it mean for Notre Dame, do you think, to win a national championship here on Monday night?
I think it would give a whole new generation of college football fans a sense of what Notre Dame could be. And I think one of the things that really tied it well together today was talking to Joe Rudolph, how he's been invoking Joe Moore, the 1988 offensive line coach, the standard of offensive line coaching, not just giving quotes, but saying this is how this applies to you in today's football. And it's just a really neat way to maybe tie making history together with tapping into history.
And I think you would probably agree, those of us that have covered this team closely the last several decades, we've heard this national noise that Notre Dame is not relevant. I don't think it's accurate, but it's nonetheless been out there. That all goes away with one more win this week.
It really does, because it's been this climb, and Notre Dame was kind of irrelevant for a while, and then they kept getting close, but they get on the big stage and they get pushed off hard. And this is their chance to get on the big stage, stay there, and show they belong.
Well, as we just showed you, they've actually been on the stage a few times the last few weeks. They were great in New Orleans. They were great in Miami. We'll find out if they can be great one more time here in Atlanta. Eric, it's been great doing this with you all year long. We appreciate your partnership and look forward to it in the future.
I appreciate us getting along this week.
I do as well. He's Eric Hansen from InsideIndySports.com. You can, of course, check out their website for lots more coverage leading up to this national championship game. And we're going to take another timeout, but when we come back, we'll continue to get you ready for the Irish and the Buckeyes in the national championship. Stay with us.
These truckers take on the unthinkable.
It's a little bit unnerving.
Driving a 2-ton big rig on a road of pure ice.
It's a lot more fun.
Ice Road Truckers. Weeknights on The Nest.
Weeknights on Charge. The word on the street is
Murder.
Murder. And every case has got something to say.
Anything else?
Oh, there's a lot.
Blunt force wound.
Blood spatter here. Stab wounds. Dead. So what killed him?
Do not disturb the crime scene.
Did we mention we're investigating a murder?
Tell us what you did.
He said, she said.
You're trying to get me to admit something? Killing him.
You're under arrest for murder.
Law & Order Criminal Intent. Weeknights starting at 9/8 Central on Charge.
This has the possibility to be the most viewed college football game ever. If you don't perform to that standard, you will hear about it.
The Ohio State fan base, they expect you to beat your rival and win a national championship. You're damn right they do.
The legendary NFL running back LaShawn McCoy joins the show. You've played with Josh Allen, Mahomes, Michael Vick, sometime with Brady, right?
I got back-to-back chips. Don't count my chips.
No, never. We count all the chips over here. I count all of it.
That's right.
Weeknights just got funnier with Whose Line Is It Anyway and Saturday Night Live. On TBD, it doesn't have to be Saturday or live to see these shows. Isn't that special? Whose Line Is It Anyway and Saturday Night Live. Weeknights on TBD.
Get Michiana's top local stories delivered right to your email inbox. Click on this video or go to WSBT.com/newsletter. Get news updates fast on all your devices. Register now at WSBT.com/newsletter.
All right, what do you got? Here's the really interesting thing.
Weeknights on Comet.
What is going on here?
Enter a world
We both know what's out there.
that exists beneath the surface
If you're hiding anything.
of what you think you know.
I don't trust you.
You have access to
We
it.
tell you only what you need to know.
And what lurks there.
Pete Byrne and Bennett Wise. This is the WSBT-22 Sports National Championship Special.
And welcome back. We are coming to you live tonight from the College Football Hall of Fame in Atlanta. Pete Byrne and Bennett Wise, as we are now closing in on 48 hours to kick off in the national championship. Bennett, the Irish will take on Ohio State. We talked a little bit about how good their defense was in our last segment with Eric Hansen, but their offense is spectacular too, particularly through the air, thanks in part to their new quarterback, Will Howard.
Yeah, Kansas State transfer. He has led this team top 5 scoring offense, most touchdowns in all of college football offensively this year. And they've ranked in the top 12 in passing offense, which helps when you also have 3 extremely good wide receivers, Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate, and Emeka Egbuka. He has been phenomenal, a little streaky on and off, so I think if the Irish can kind of get him off kilter, that can help the Irish cause. However, if he's on and these wide receivers are clicking, it could be a long day.
Could be a long night, but Notre Dame will counter. Ohio State, the number 2 pass efficiency offense in the country. Notre Dame counters with the number 1 pass efficiency defense, and they've been not shy about saying we're going to play man coverage because we do it and we do it well. And of course, the Irish also have a very talented guy cleaning things up in the back end. That would be All-American safety Xavier Watts, who we had a chance to catch up with earlier today.
I think Coach Freeman's done a good job of emphasizing it. Like I said, there's only 2 teams left, which is crazy out of however many teams started the season. So it's just such a, just a tribute to all the hard work we've done this season, and just sort of, just really appreciative of being able to make it to the end of the year. So
every time we turn on the TV this week, all we hear about is the Ohio State wide receivers. A big challenge for you guys. That's no secret. How confident are you, though, that you guys will rise to the challenge and that your defense is as good as advertised?
Yeah, they're really talented players. We always respect our opponents, but we're confident in ourselves. The D unit, the defensive back. So we're ready for a challenge, and we'll go out there and put on the show.
They say that defense wins championships. The Irish have had arguably the best defense in the
certainly not as explosive as Notre Dame. At any point, we saw it against Ohio State and Indiana, and they will have to look out for that as well.
All right, we're just about out of time, and we need to take one more break. When we come back, we will say goodbye and have you finally ready for kickoff between the Irish and the Buckeyes in the 2025 National Championship.
The legendary NFL running back LaShawn McCoy joins the show. You've played with Josh Allen, Mahomes, Michael Vick, sometime with Brady, right?
I got back-to-back chips. Don't count my chips.
No, never. We count all the chips over here. I count all of it.
That's right.
Get Michiana's top local stories delivered right to your email inbox. Click on this video or go to WSBT.com/newsletter. Get news updates fast on all your devices. Register now at WSBT.com/newsletter.
This has the possibility to be the most viewed college football game ever. If you don't perform to that standard, you will hear about it.
The Ohio State fan base, they expect you to beat your rival and win a national championship. You're damn right they do.
These truckers take on the unthinkable.
It's a little bit unnerving.
Driving a 2-ton big rig on a pure ice.
It's a lot more fun.
Ice Road Truckers. Weeknights on The Nest.
Weeknights just got a whole lot funnier. With Whose Line Is It Anyway? The show where everything's made up and only the laughs matter. Followed by Saturday Night Live. On TBD, it doesn't have to be Saturday or live to see this show. Isn't that special? 2 comedy powerhouses, back to back. But you don't have to thank us. On TBD, laughter is always on the schedule. Whose Line Is It Anyway? And Saturday Night Live. Weeknights, only on TBD.
All right, what do you got? Here's the really interesting thing.
Weeknights on Comet.
What is going on here?
Enter a world
We both know what's out there.
that exists beneath the surface
If you're hiding anything,
of what you think you know.
I don't trust you.
You have access to
We
it.
tell you only what you need to know.
And what lurks there will shock you,
I'm talking about close encounter mortality.
terrify you, and most likely
What?
abduct you.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
That is so you. That is so Scully.
The X-Files. Weeknights at 9/8 Central on Comet. Weeknights on Charge.
Well, the wait for Monday night is just about over, and Bennett, Irish fans have been waiting a long time. To put it in perspective, when Notre Dame won its last national title, I was in middle school. Now my youngest of 3 kids is in middle school. That's how long Irish fans like me have been waiting.
Can you guess how old I was at that time?
Negative
11 at that time. But yeah, you definitely felt that excitement at Media Day today. There were tons of fans lined up trying to get autographs from some of the players, and really you could see it walking on the street, in the airports, everybody in the blue, green, and gold, and the scarlet and gray of Ohio State.